Hello! It's Susan from Sassy C Art Shop. You guys ready to do some art with me? Let's get to it! Hello! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Susan from Sassy C Art Shop. If you don't know what I do here, I create different art prints and stickers and things like that. And today I am creating an art print for the month of November. So this little lady, her name will be Casey Cooks. And right now I'm just doing the line art. As most of you know, if you've been here a little bit, I don't normally do my sketches on camera just because it takes me a while and sometimes I have to erase over and over again. So I typically just show starting from the line work with my art prints. Alright, so for the line work, it was kind of fun because I used some black, but I also used some of my colored Ohuhu Fineliners to add like little details to the food that she's trying to cook. And so right now I'm starting with the coloring. All my coloring, I did it with my Ohuhu alcohol markers. I'm not sponsored by them. I just like their product. I think they blend well. I like the colors and stuff. So I wanted to give her a dark skin tone, or darker skin tone, I guess. And I like how the skin tone came out. Sometimes I have some trouble with darker skin tones getting like the shadows and the highlights quite right. But I feel like she turned out pretty good. I used sort of like more of a purple brown to do some of the darkest shading, and I feel like that really helped bring it to life. Anyway, so let me tell you a little bit about Casey. Dear sweet Casey. So as I said, her last name is Cooks. So you think, oh, Casey Cooks, so she's like an adept little chef and like she can whip up anything in the kitchen. No, her name is a lie. It's an ironic lie because Casey is honestly so terrible in the kitchen. After I had finished drawing her, I realized that like she looked a little bit, not like a lot, but a little bit like a character I had done last year named Cosette or Cozy Baker, who is an excellent baker. And you know, she really can make anything and she makes it beautiful and delicious and like everybody loves her. So I thought it would be cute if like Casey was maybe like a younger cousin of Cozy. Like I'm thinking Casey is maybe like 15, 16. And yeah, so it's like Cozy would always come over for like big family events and she would do like all the cooking and the baking and just like make everything amazing. And for some reason this year, like Cozy is like running late or she can't be there to cook everything. And Casey is just like, oh, I have seen my older cousin do this 1,000 times. Surely I can figure it out. I have a recipe book. So because I'm a dork, her cookbook is called Cooking for Dummies, like 101 or something like that, or just Cooking for Dummies. And then it has like a little 5-star review on the back that says so simple. But she's like flipping through the pages frantically and she's like, I don't understand why this isn't working. And it is not super simple for poor Casey. She's just a mess. So yeah, she's about, like I said, 15, 16, and she's trying her best in the kitchen. But she's just an idiot in the kitchen. She can't boil water. Like she would mess that up. But she decided, oh, like a big old feast, I can surely do that with no help or experience whatsoever. Anyway, but she's wrong. She's wrong. She cannot she cannot handle this. You might be able to tell from the exaggerated expression on her face that she's very much like, what is going on here? I don't understand. And I haven't colored them in yet, but the ingredients on her table have like milk and cherries and carrots and butter and chocolate. And I think maybe she's like reading 2 or 3 recipes at once and she's not recognizing that they are 2 or 3. So she's got all this mismatch of ingredients and none of them really go together, and she doesn't understand what's going wrong. And then she's got like some eggs in a skillet over to the side, but they're not cracked yet. She doesn't realize, oh, I need to crack these. And you'll see it later as I keep coloring in, but there's actually like a pot that's boiling over and is actually like starting a fire in the background. But she's not going to realize this because she's so distracted by, she's like, I don't understand what's going on. So yeah, she's very distracted and very chaotic in the kitchen. You know, she'll notice it eventually. The house won't burn down, but there will definitely be scorch marks on the wall for sure. Anyway, so getting back into some of the coloring process and everything. Like I said, I wanted to give her like a darker skin tone, and then I wanted to give her like a messy bun, and it's like she's very frazzled, so like half her hair is like coming out of its messy bun, and kind of dark hair with not like black hair. I did want it to be like brown with some lighter highlights kind of thing. And then she's just in like a simple like white t-shirt and like some like dark green jeans that you'll see me color in a little bit. I decided to go with dark green for her jeans just because like I decided for green for like some of her other parts of her outfit, and I kind of wanted it to match. I thought that would be cute. Anyway, and then she's got this cute little apron on. It's like a pale green apron, and it has like a little white check pattern on it that I put on a little bit later. But you see all those like different colors, like there's red and yellow and brown and all of that on her apron. That's supposed to be because she is extremely messy and everything has gotten on her, and she's like, I don't really love this. This is not, I'm not having a great day, guys. Anyway, yeah, and I like how her coloring turned out. I tried to add some like different rim lightings from both sides. So because I knew I wanted like the fire behind her, so I did add like sort of like a soft orange glow to the left side of her, and well, left side white, how we're looking. I guess it would technically be her right side. But so I added some of that. And then on the other side, because I knew I wanted the open window in the background, or closed window, but like you can, the blinds are open and everything. So it's like dusk. You can kind of see like the night sky starting to pop out. So it's taking her a long time to do this. So I added some like bluish gray light from the other side, just to make it look like, you know, she was getting light sources from the window and from the fire in the background. I don't know how well it worked out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, if I did a good job with that. I'm trying to do a little more with like the backgrounds and the lighting and trying to make it like cohesively one piece. So I've been drawing backgrounds more this year, and I don't love backgrounds, but I do feel like adding them like helps with the character and the story you're trying to tell a lot. So I'm still working on those. I'm trying to get better at them, kind of thing. Anyway, so I did want to let you guys know that this art print, the completed art print, is available in my shop. The link is down in the description below, and it'll be available until November 30th. I know you guys like to see my process and everything like that, so be sure to check out my Instagram too for like the different stages and seeing all of that. And like I said, those will be linked in the description down below as always. Anyway, so let me know what you guys think of this character so far, and let me know like your worst experience in the kitchen, or the worst dish you've ever made, if you're someone who cooks, because even good cooks have bad days, but Casey's not a good cook. She's terrible. Anyway, and I'll tell you guys mine. One time my sister and I were like, oh, we're gonna make dinner for the family, And we're like, you know what? Spaghetti and garlic bread are so good together. First of all, we didn't have any like ground beef. We had like the little cubey deli ham. And we were like, oh, we'll just substitute that for the ground beef. And then we cooked the pasta and the sauce. And then we stuffed it into the bread dough that we were making and then cooked that. And it was awful, like so bad. And everybody at the table was like, why did you make this? And we're like, I don't know, we're sorry, we won't do it again. And then yeah, we had been considerate though, and we were like, oh, we'll make enough for lunch for the next day. So my poor family had to eat that for 2 days in a row. But yeah, tell me what your worst experience was in the kitchen. Anyway, but yeah, so going back to the drawing, I really enjoyed doing the different foods and stuff. Like I said, I used my Ohuhu Fineliners earlier to outline those, and I think that really adds to it. I really like the softer look it has than the black outline, and it makes the food stand out from like the rest of the background and kind of thing. Anyway, so now I'm just working on the background itself. Like I said, backgrounds aren't my favorite thing to do, so it was a little bit difficult for me figuring out how I wanted it to look, because I was like, okay, there's a fire going on, so you would see light from the fire, but there's also like smoke and like, you know, black plumes rising up, and it's like scorching the wall. So I wanted like a mix of being able to see the light, but also seeing like the black billowing smoke kind of thing. So yeah, I have her like in a kitchen. She's like working on a countertop, and there's the window on the one side, and then like the stove and like the tile background on the other side. And like I said, I was just trying to make it look realistic, in that like I was trying to make it look like it's actually in a kitchen, not just, oh, she's thrown in there somewhere kind of thing. So yeah, I tried to make the fire look like it was going out and in all directions kind of thing. And then I have like a blue and white tile background, because I don't know, I just always think of that when I think of like a kitchen tile background, even though I don't think I've ever actually seen that in real life. Have you guys? Let me know. Anyway, I'll let y'all just enjoy me coloring for a little bit, just doing my thing. So I tried to play around with the texture of the like cabinets and the window frame. I wanted it to look, you know, wooden. So I added some lines and things like that. I think it turned out pretty good overall. It's not a bad background. And then, you know, just adding like white highlights and like my little white outline around her. I typically do that for my art print characters. I just think it makes them pop a little bit from the background, which is nice. I just like that as a personal stylistic choice. Anyway, but yeah, I really liked making Casey, because I feel like she has like a lot of personality, which is fun. I normally do pretty calm expressions, like happy or, you know, something like that, with just like a plain smile. So it was really fun playing with her very exaggerated expression of like, what am I supposed to do with this? It's crazy. So yeah, I don't know. Do you guys like drawing any exaggerated expressions or anything like that, or do you prefer like very simple, like all your faces kind of look the same and placid or happy or anything like that? Let me know. So for her name, I decided that I kind of wanted it to be like engulfed in flames. So that's, you know, kind of shows how she's doing kind of thing. And pays homage to the boiling over pot in the background. I thought that would be fun. So yeah, I just use like little motions to create like yellow and orange flames, like kind of like little squiggly motions that go around her name. And yeah, I think you get the idea that it's on fire. I hope so anyway. And then I ended up using like a bright red for her name that you'll see in just a second. Because I was like, oh, because let's say it was like on a stovetop, like a stovetop would get like red hot kind of thing. So that's what I was kind of thinking of, is that it's like the burners on the stove getting hot under her direction kind of thing. Yeah, so I just, like I said, use this like bright red, and I use the same red and add like some tips to the flames, just because I wanted it a little more dimensional. So I added some right here, as you can see, just like on the very tips, just where it's like the very hottest, because I didn't feel like it needed too much more. But yeah, I felt like that added a little more dimension. And then finally, I just colored it in with black, or well, not like black, it's like a very, very dark gray. I don't actually often use like full-on black for a lot of my pieces. I will use like a very dark gray or very dark blue or something like that. Sometimes I layer full black colors, but a lot of times I feel like the dark grays and stuff are dark enough, but they also give like a little warmth to the piece. But yeah, so I just have the black around it. For one, I thought it would look good and make the fire stand out, and for another, I was like, oh, it's like blackening the area around it because it's like burning it to ash kind of thing. So that was kind of my thought process. Anyway, guys, so this is the final piece of Casey Cooks. She was so much fun to create. I love the chaos she creates in the kitchen. It was a lot of fun to do. I feel like I could even do another one of her where she attempts trying something else in the kitchen and it still goes horribly wrong. I think it'd be fun to try some of that. Here I'm just like peeling up my tape so you guys can see like the full finished product. Sometimes that goes really well and I'm like, oh, it's so satisfying. And other times I'm like, peeling up my paper, I see. Rude, don't do that. Anyway, but if you guys want to get this print for yourself, like I said, it is available in my shop, which is linked in the description down below. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching me create this lovely little lady. Let me know what you thought of her in the comments, what you would like to see in the future, in any future videos. Yeah, so let me know, you guys. I'm always anxious to hear from y'all. Okay, bye.
You guys are still here? Well, thanks so much for watching. To support my channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if you want anything from the shop, the link's always in the description. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and next time, don't forget you're going to get to see my highlights of my artistic journey, as well as my foibles, because there will be some. All right, bye!